Jean-Baptiste Lully, Florence, present-day Italy, November 28, 1632, Paris, March 22, 1687, was a French-Italian composer, instrumentalist and dancer, linked to the figure and reign of Louis XIV. He was the initiator of opera in France and the creator of lyrical tragedy, a genuine form that combines the French aesthetic sense with ballet. At the age of 13, he already showed talent for music and learned to play the violin. He later revealed himself as an excellent dancer and became part of the Grande Bande des Violons du Roi, composed of 24 violins. In 1653, Lully danced with the king in the Ballet de la Nuit. In 1652, at the age of 20, he entered the service of Louis XIV as a ballet dancer and violinist. Later he directed one of the royal orchestras, and in 1662, he was named musical director of the royal family. He stood out at that time as a violinist, conductor, and composer. From 1664 onwards, he worked regularly with Molière, with whom he created a new genre, the ballet comedy, without, however, giving up court ballet definitively. Some of his early works, from the period when he was primarily a violinist, and later a composer of dances and airs in the Italian style. The peculiarity of Lully's work, in an era when music rarely transcends the death of composers, is that it would become the model of its own genre. Musically, it survives as long as the music in the grand and serious style of the court of Louis XIV lasts. Its stylistics, harmonic language, and orchestration survived in the generation of composers immediately after Lully. Many of them were even his pupils, and his style remained largely unchanged well into the 18th century. Jean-Philippe Rameau himself, the innovator of 18th-century musical language, was an admirer of Lully's work and composed lyrical tragedies as his first operas when he began his career in the theater, at a time when the genre was already considered outdated. Even a century later, in the time of Marie Antoinette, with the beginnings of classicism in France, OMSID and other works were still prominent and were used as basic material for the reform of opera, with Quinault's verses once again being recognized.